This software right here is single-handedly changing my business. I get a lot of my leads from Upwork, and the thing that I always struggle with when it comes to Upwork is the actual manually writing of those proposals, right? Like we all know there's a bunch of jobs out there, but the time it takes to write each proposal for every single one of these jobs, it's so tedious. It takes so long to the point where you're almost better off just cold calling. Or you can hire a VA, $10 an hour, but that takes ages to train. It's a pain in the ass. I found this software called GigRadar, and it has pretty much completely changed the process of getting work. Look, I just got a message here on Upwork. Pretty much changed the process of me applying for jobs, right? What GigRadar does, and I'm going to show you some results, is it essentially scours Upwork for jobs that you tell it to look for, and then it writes AI proposals based off of your profile and combines it with the job description. And I'll show you what I mean. So if I look into this, and as you can see here, I'm going to make my screen a little bit smaller. As you can see here, I've got, look at all these messages just coming in, 10:38 a.m. All these messages, these are from conversations I'm having with clients, businesses. It just keeps going, right? It's just, there's a lot of conversations happening from jobs that I'm applying for. Now, how does this software work? If you take a look at one of these profiles, right? This is a job that was posted up that GigRadar found, and I'm going to run you through the interface of GigRadar shortly, but GigRadar found this job, and because it was looking for jobs with the keywords like email marketing, because I run an email marketing agency, it found this job, took the job description, which is this, right? So it took this job description. We are seeking an experienced email marketing specialist to optimize and audit our email flows. The ideal candidate will analyze our current strategies, so on and so forth, right? It took this job description, then it took my profile, which you can see here, because I've given it a link to my profile. It scans my profile, takes this profile, and then writes an AI proposal, an AI written proposal, sending directly to the individual with an application. Look, hello, I can help you with your Klaviyo email marketing flow audit optimization. I understand you need a detailed audit, strategic optimization for your email flows to boost engagement conversations. Here's how I can help. It just outlines it perfectly, and then it references some case studies that I've given it, and then it references some design files that I've created in the past as well. And this just does it on autopilot. Let me show you this. If you take a look at my stats and trends here on my profile, we've got 49 different proposals sent in the last 7 days. The amount of time it would take me to write custom proposals each time, I'm saving myself probably 10 hours a week, right? And I'm not having to I just send these things out, right? Now, 12-month earnings, I've made about 14,000 here to date. We've got a bit more coming in. If we look at my withdrawal earnings here, we've got another 1,700 pending. And then on my agency account, we have another, if we look at my profile here, agency profile, I think we've earned over about so 5K has been earned from the agency profile. So from Upwork, using this tool GigRadar, on Upwork, the platform itself, I've generated about $21,000, right? So 5,000 plus another 15, it is about $21,000, right? That's what I've generated from Upwork using this software. Now, there's a whole lot more money being generated outside of the platform for obvious reasons. But yeah, this software just cranks. It just auto applies for jobs on Upwork for me, just on autopilot. And I'll kind of show you this. So if we log in, beta at GigRadar, and there's a link to this software in the description of the video. Basically, all I've done is I've set up a scanner, and it's scanning Upwork. I think it's every 15 minutes it scans Upwork for new jobs. And my scanner, email marketing, is doing the following things. It's looking for keywords, email marketing, Klaviyo, email automation, email flows, email campaigns, email design, right? It's looking for those keywords, and when it finds them, it then matches them according to my criteria, which is exclude the following keywords. So it can't have go high level, lead generation, cryptocurrency, cold email. There's a bunch of stuff that I've added here to exclude it. And I've learned this as I've run the software, because occasionally it'll apply for jobs and I'll be like, that's not a job I wanted to apply for. I'll take that job, the keyword that was in that job, and add it to my exclusion thing here as well. Then we go to job category. Has to be in sales and marketing. Jobs, I say Project type, fixed budget is a minimum of $500. Project hourly rate, minimum of $20, right? And obviously my hourly rate is $45. My actual hourly rate off of Upwork is $200 an hour, but we're just doing this as a lead gen tool to build up the profile on Upwork to then allow me to gradually raise my price. I raise my prices on Upwork by $5 every single 2 weeks, but since I started, I didn't really have any like proof of concept, right? I didn't have any reviews, I didn't have any earnings, so I needed to build that up. So I started at a very low price and gradually built my earnings up. But yeah, so there we go. So $500, $20, project duration. I've ticked all of these. And so it's basically looking for these projects, right? It's looking for these projects, and it's also looking for you with clients who meet this criteria, right? Which is not in these countries, because that's where we found a lot of scammers come from. And I've also asked it to, ensure that we have the minimum rating here. And yeah, there's just a bunch of little criteria here. But then I've set this up, and this thing just runs. It just automatically applies for jobs on autopilot for me. Now, I did have to set up an agency account. There is a bit of a setup here, but I just sit back, relax, and I watch the leads come in. Like, it just auto applies for jobs for me consistently, and it's like a big part of my business. Like, I think for as far as like lead generation, massive. As far as revenue coming in, pretty good. And it's awesome. I highly recommend checking out this software. GigRadar it's a beast if you're using Upwork, right? Now, also, if you look at the stats and trends, you can kind of see that as we've built up the profile, we've gradually just built up the reach. Now, when it comes to the expenses, I think GigRadar, they charge in 3-month increments. So I'm currently paying about $1,000 every 3 months, but it pays for itself. I mean, you can see my earnings right there. We've pulled in about 21K. Now, the only other expense that I've had to pay for is the Connects, because you have to apply for jobs and buy Connects, and you have to buy them using your agency account. All this system and process is outlined within GigRadar, but if you take a look, I'm spending, probably, a bunch of, I would say like about 600 Connects every single month. So it's just running in the background. There is that expense. I think it's $150. 150 Connects is for $22.05 or 50 cents, something like that. So you do have to run that, and you do have to pay for an agency subscription on here, which I think is like a one-off fee of like $30. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But this software is absolutely cranking for my agency. Highly recommend it. Now, I have a few different lead generation tools. I have email, SEO, I have Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and GigRadar. And GigRadar is by far and away the biggest lead gen tool for me right now. Highly recommend you guys get involved with this and use my affiliate link in the bottom so I can get paid a little bit of money. But this game changer. Highly recommend it. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe to the channel. I post videos whenever I feel like it. Thanks for watching.